What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sightline Strategies. Today, what we're going to talk about are, you guessed it, transitions. Now, if you go back to the last video, what I was trying to demonstrate and explain is the progression that most shooters take as they start to learn transitions and have a better understanding of the visual aspect of transitions. And that's really what causes us to lose a lot of time in our transitions. If you go to any action sport, that's where most people screw up and lose the most time, myself included. It is somewhere in that transition, that space where I am not actively shooting. So we're going to talk about what I think is one of the best ways to mitigate that, okay? The RIP method. The exact same way is where we have the eyes and sights together. We're looking at a very, very small part on the target. At this point with this method, this is the last time that these will be together unless you are actively shooting, okay? So basically what's going to happen is the trigger becomes your catalyst for movement. The gun will go bang and your eyes will immediately go to the next target. You need to be able to call your shots and understand that your dot will, or your sights will lift from this particular point. Eyes go to the next target, creating a very small part on the target, or eyes to a very small part on the target. This here is demonstrating that the sights are drifting in or floating in to where the eyes already are. The RIP is not driving the gun. We're not trying to drive the gun from place to place to place. Think of ripping the eyes from thing to thing to thing. Just like you're driving and something catches your eye, even though it may shouldn't, or you see that deer on the side of the road. That is what we are ultimately trying to accomplish. The eyes are what should be ripped from target to target. From there, coming back over here, the recoil or the muzzle. The reason there's an arc here is we need to get over this whole concept of creating a flat muzzle. Especially during the transition, it doesn't matter. The muzzle is always going to rise in some way, shape, or form. What I want you to think about is predictability in regards to how that muzzle rises, okay? Stop worrying about creating a flatness there, because if you're worried about that, you're going to be less worried about this, which is way more important, the visual component of the transition. All right, so going up here, if you guys can't read what I wrote, it's basically what I just said, but let's reiterate it. Rip the gun off of the target as soon as the trigger is pressed. Once sights or the dot is aligned, the trigger becomes the catalyst for movement. Should still be able to call the shot with this method, and be sure to find a small spot on the target. That's just for you guys that can't read that smaller writing. This is just for demonstration purposes in person, and I'm sharing with you. All right, so that's what I got, guys. That is something that we can work on in dry fire. So what I would start to do is align your eyes and your sights up on one target and simply just press the trigger while moving the eyes first. As soon as the trigger is pressed, move the eyes. Bang, move. Bang, eyes. Bang, eyes. Something along those, and that's how you would at least start to understand what should happen in regards to your transitions. That's what I got today, guys. I hope that it helps. Please let me know in the comments what you think. It's just a way, not the way. As always, see you next time.